What is up, everybody? And first off, I would like to say thank you guys for signing up for this, and this is awesome. So it's been a long time since we had any type of racing on this channel, and I honestly cannot wait to start this, cannot wait to do a full season. We are going to do 10 races. And as you saw when the preview video or the trailer dropped, there was a ton of custom trucks. I honestly cannot wait to get this started. So right here, we're going to look at the trucks here, and we're going to go through the points, we're going to go through everything. So right here, this is the first track, and this first track is going to be all about speed. Now, what I did here, and there's a reason why I picked these trucks that you're looking at, and the reason being is that these are the fastest trucks that went down the 6-lane highway. They have the best times, they are my fastest trucks. Yeah, so even though there are some customs in there, these ones were absolutely the best of the best. And one of the best paint schemes and customs I have in this is definitely that Monster Energy. That thing looks amazing. A lot of these trucks, definitely the Hot Wheels trucks. Hot Wheels Racing #1, the Grandma Gravedigger, those came from Digger's Diecast. Awesome custom jobs. I cannot wait to see this. And just look at that Monster Energy. The thing is beautiful. But first off, we're going to look at the points here, and there's going to be 10 races. This will be the first race. Round 1 losers. If you lose in the first round, you guys will get 20 points. If you lose in the second round, you will get a little more points. You will be able to get 25. However, this could be the clincher, because in round 3, if you lose, you get 35 points. So that 35 points can actually benefit you. If you make it to the semifinals and you lose, you guys will get 40 points. Now, if you guys get to the final and you lose the final, you guys will get 45 points. And for winning the event, you get 50 points. So, could be really interesting down the line. As our first race of the season is going to be none other than Backwards Bob facing the Gravedigger Zombie Truck. So, these races are basically just going to be randomized in round 1, and I can't wait for this, so let's see who's going to win it. Alright, so we're going to have a slow motion camera down here at the finish line, and that looks like it's going to be none other than the Gravedigger Zombie. Very interesting on that. The next one's up is going to be Jurassic Attack, which is a beautiful design truck. This is actually going to be a reveal to steal Jurassic Attack, going up against a Megalodon Fire. And if you guys remember from Season 1, Megalodon Fire was one of the best and fastest trucks, and I still can't believe Season 1 was almost 2 years ago. That's crazy. As they go off, and the billboard does fall behind them, it looks like it's going to be Jurassic Attack by a good car length. Here we go with one of our first customs. Grandma Gravedigger is going to go up against Thrasher. So Thrasher is the only Toyota and the only casting like this from Spin Master. So that is a very unique casting. However, that Gravedigger, that Grandma Gravedigger, is straight out of Digger's Diecast, and that thing looks mean and sick. So go, let's see who's going to take it. It looks like it's going to be Thrasher, but it looks like Grandma Gravedigger is up on 2 wheels and barely almost flips over, but perfect save. Moving on to the next race, we got another truck out of the Digger Diecast. It's none other than Hot Wheels Racing 1, and just look at the detail on that roll cage and that chassis. That thing looks mint. And it looks like it's going to be our first exclusive Superstore truck, which is none other than the Stunt Truck. Now, with the stunt trucks, they are a little heavier, so they're going to be very interesting to see going against the competition here. They are very quick. So we go, and it looks like it might be the Stunt Truck. As you look at that, it's a perfect jump, a perfect run, very straight, very solid. Here we go with Team Mintz facing on the Husky Fire Truck. So if you guys remember back in Season 1, the fire trucks were very dominant on the 6-lane highway. However, this is Team Mintz, and it's on those old Firestone Goodyear tires, and it's also the first front-engine chassis truck. And it looks like it actually helped, as you see the perfect run here on the slow motion cam. Team Mintz takes the victory right there. Here we go with that brand new Wolfhead design. That thing looks mean, and we're going up against Salvager. So Salvager looks really cool, but Wolfhead, man, that detailing, that casting, wow, that thing looks mean. That looks really good. I am kind of pulling for Wolfhead here. I will admit that truck is one of my favorites, if not maybe one of the best trucks that did come out in 2020. So let's go and see what happens. It looks like on the slow motion cam, it's a good close race, but it looks like Salvager is going to take him right out of it. So here we go with Dragonoid in full charge. So this full charge is out of the dirty to clean set. Cool looking tires. Once this thing gets wet, it's brand new, it looks clean. But that Dragonoid does look like the one that came out of the new playset from Spin Master, and we're going to see what wins. So, is it one of the new trucks, or is it the dirty to clean? It looks like the full charge truck gets a nice little bounce across the line, and we'll take it home. Here we go with Max D facing Snakebite, a very, really cool custom. That thing looks really mean, that Snakebite truck. And it looks like we got the Max D truck out of the Monster Dirt set, I believe. I think this one was supposed to be the World Finals one, but we couldn't find it in time for the series. Anyway, here they go, and is Snakebite going to be put on the trailer? It looked like it might have been. Man, a close race, but it looks like Snakebite's going to pack up early. Here we go with the Zombie Megarex, wow. Zombie Megalodon and the Zombie Fire. Now, if you guys remember back in Season 1, the Zombie Fire truck, the Fire and Ice one, completely destroyed the competition. That truck was good all season long. Here it is, though, on a brand new frame, brand new chassis, brand new everything. And let's see if it still has that strong potential run. It looks like it's going to put Megalodon on the trailer. Now, that Megalodon truck is very fast, really cool. But look at this. Here we go with Bigfoot. With a front engine chassis, that thing looks really cool, and a Hunter Son of a Digger. Bigfoot on those Firestone tires, that cool looking front engine chassis, that thing looks really mean, that thing looks ready to go. Wow, does that look like Bigfoot 8. But here is a dream matchup for some, Son of a Digger and Bigfoot. And here they go. Looks like Bigfoot got real screwy, and it also hit the cameraman. Oh man. Anyway, it does look like Son of a Digger's going to win, but it looks like Bigfoot's having some trouble down there. It looks like the truck is actually on fire. Oh, that looked pretty bad, not going to lie. But here is Mohawk Warrior Zombie facing another exclusive truck, Freebird. Yeah, well, I don't know what happened with Bigfoot there. That's not good. But here we go on to the next race. The show's got to continue, and it's Freebird taking on Mohawk. So, will the exclusive truck or will the zombie truck win in this one? As they come across the line, it looks like it's going to be another close race, but it looks like Freebird is going to get him just by his beak. And now, here is probably everyone's favorite truck, the Monster Energy. This thing is awesome. And now we are going up against the Zombie vs. Hunter, or Hunter Earthshaker. One of only, I think that might be the only, no, there's 2 Hunter trucks in this series, I'm sorry. But that Monster Energy, that clear coat, that thing just looks beautiful. So I'm kind of pulling for that one because I do want to see that one succeed. And it looks like it's going to be a very close race. We're going to have to go to the camera on this one. And it looks like it's going to be Monster Energy by a fraction of a hair. And here is the other stunt truck. This is the inverse stunt truck going up against Octanator. Now this Octanator is from the Target 3-pack exclusive. And this stunt truck is, I think, the recent release Superstore exclusive truck. But I don't know, it does have that weight advantage, and you definitely saw it right there on the straightaway. It did get a little ahead. It got about, wow, it kind of blew away Octanator. Those stunt trucks might be a force in this series. Here we go with Race Ace, another custom out of Digger's Diecast, beautifully done, lots of detail on the roll cage. However, it is going up against a Fire and Ice truck. And if you guys remember, the Fire and Ice trucks were kings of the 6-lane highway. They were so good. And I think that might have been Monster Mutt Ice. It's going to be a very close race. And it looks like the Mutt puts Race Ace on the trailer in round 1. And here we go with a beautiful Team Bigfoot truck, Firestone Wilderness, the only F-150 casting. That thing looks amazing. But here we go with El Toro, who is blowing smoke and wants to put him on the trailer. Man, that's pretty cool. El Toro blowing smoke in the video here. But what's it going to be? Team Bigfoot has had a pretty rough night so far. So it's going to be a close race. But it looks like it's going to be Firestone by a hair. And here we go with the last race for round 1. It is none other than the Bigfoot Flames going up against the 2-tone Gravedigger, the Fire and Ice Gravedigger. That thing looks pretty sick, I gotta admit. Both these trucks look really sick, actually. That Charlie Angels, Bigfoot 14. Wow, that looks nice. And going up against Gravedigger, so we are going to get a Bigfoot versus Gravedigger matchup. Something I really wanted to see. And I hope it's a good race. It looked pretty close. And as they come across the cars, they look dead even, but it looks like it's going to be Gravedigger by a hair. So, after every round here, this is going to do is just basically, if you get where your truck is or anything, it's just going to show you. Now remember, in round 1 they only get 20 points, so the trucks that did lose in round 1, they're going to have their work cut out for them for next week. It's going to be pretty tough. You don't want to get into a hole too early, but hey, what are you going to do, you know? So anyway, we're going to start things off with the Gravedigger Zombie and Jurassic Attack. Got Thrasher in the Stunt Truck. Got Team Mintz, Salvager, fully charged, going up against Max D, Zombie Fire and Ice, going up against Son of a Digger. And I couldn't read the rest, but that's okay. And as you guys can tell, the track crew is really struggling to get this track up and running. After every round, it does get a little bit of a makeover. But here we go with Jurassic Attack with Reveal the Steel going up against Zombie Gravedigger. This Zombie Gravedigger is one of my personal favorite looking trucks. Let's see if it can hold off the Triceratops here, as it looks like it's going to be a pretty close race. But as you see, Jurassic Attack did have a better, I guess, straightaway speed. He did get him. And now this is actually the inverse Stunt Truck. I did say it wrong last round, but that's okay. We're going up against Thrasher here. The Stunt Trucks, I really think they're going to be a really strong contender. We'll see what happens on the other tracks. Now remember, some tracks are going to have turns, some tracks are going to have loops. There's all kinds of things going to happen. So let's see who takes it here. It actually looked to be a pretty close race, but it looks like it's going to be the Stunt Truck, who has another perfect run. That truck looks really good, as you see the rest of the competitors down there. But here we go with Salvager going up against Team Mintz. Team Mintz, this thing, I love the way this truck looks. But Salvager, this thing just looks cool too. It just looks like something out of a junkyard. It's really cool looking. But I'm kind of feeling Team Mintz here. And Salvager did go a little squirrely, I don't know how much, but it looked like he did have the lead a bit, and he does look like he's the first truck past the line. And now here we go with Freebird going up against Monster Energy. These are two really cool looking trucks. I really love the way that Monster Energy truck looks. Freebird, kind of not, I wouldn't say everyone's favorite truck, but this thing is pretty nice. I hope it can do good here, but I'm really pulling for that Monster Energy. As we see, Monster Energy might be in the better lane, but that looked to be like a really close race. As you see, they hit the jump just about even, but it looks like Freebird flew through the sky and took the win. Here we go with Zombie Fire going up against Son of a Digger. Zombie Fire was such a dominant truck in Season 1. I don't know. Let's see if the times have changed. This Son of a Digger looks very strong too. So both of these trucks are very quick, very fast. But we're going to see what one can handle the air a lot better. That actually looked really close, but I think Son of a Digger was a little ahead. As you see, that truck had a perfect run. Flawless. And here we go with Full Charge going up against Max D. Full Charge, I love that. It's like a Camaro, or not Camaro, kind of like a Corvette prototype casting. That thing looks really cool. I love the whole dirty to clean. And of course, Max D right here. This thing, it's just Max D. What can you really say bad about it, you know? And here they go. A nice, good, close race. Let's see on the slow motion cam. It looks like Max D is going to get him by a tire. So for good, close racing here in round 2. Here we go with the Monster Mutt Ice going up against the original Stunt Truck. This was the one that got released earlier last year, not the latest exclusive. So if you guys want to correct me on that. But here we go, Monster Mutt going up against the Stunt Truck. That looked pretty good, but I think the weight, just look how that Stunt Truck flew through the air and everything. That thing just looks so fast. And now here we go with the Gravedigger Ice and Fire, looking to put away another Team Bigfoot truck with the Firestone Wilderness. That truck looks so good, but man, does that Gravedigger and Fire and Ice one, that is just awesome looking. The detailing on Firestone Wilderness, flawless. And here we go, Team Bigfoot again going up against Gravedigger. Let's see what's going to happen here. Looked like a good close race, but it looks like Firestone was a little ahead, and he beats Gravedigger to the line. Alright guys, so round 3 has been pretty, well, round 2. Here we go at round 3. As you guys see, the names just appear on the screen here. It looks like it's going to be a great round here of racing. So we got Jurassic Attack in the Stunt Truck. We got Salvager and Max D. We also have Son of a Digger with Freebird. And the Stunt Truck inverse facing the Wildstone Firestone Wilderness. So very interesting setup we got here. It looks really good. So this is actually a good round, because if you do lose in round 3, you get 35 points. And here we see the competitors down here. kind of an odd looking group of trucks, but I gotta say, looking at this, the two favorite trucks gotta be the stunt trucks. Those things look pretty quick, and they are also the heaviest. So here we go with the stunt truck going up against Jurassic Attack. So this is the inverse stunt truck. This is the one that recently just got released from the Monster Jam Superstore, and they've revealed the Steel Jurassic Attack, which I really love this one. I think honestly it's the best one so far Spin Master has released. So here they go, and it looks like it's going to be really close. Looks like a good close race. Stunt Truck is a little ahead, but ooh, they both hit the final car, and Stunt Truck does flip over. But now we are getting word that it was Jurassic Attack with the win, which barely won with the horn on its hood. And now here we go with Salvager facing Freebird. So another Superstore exclusive truck, the 4th of July Freebird going up against the Mix 11 Salvager. Salvager's really good, but Freebird, let's see if it can take flight. It looked like it was a little behind, but let's see here. Yes, it was. Salvager with a flawless win on that one. And here we go now with Son of a Digger Hunter going up against Max D. So here we go with another good matchup. Two strong trucks on the real circuit in real life. And here they go with the Hunter and the Dirt Treads Max D. Should be a very close race. Both these trucks are very fast. So let's see here as they drop and they go. And it looks like Son of a Digger flipped over. But let's see as he's a little ahead. And he just barely beats Max D. And he did not flip there, which was very close. If he did flip, I think he would have lost. But here we go with the original stunt truck going up against Team Bigfoot's Firestone Wilderness. This should be a really good matchup here. The only custom truck left, which is kind of shocking. But we'll see what happens as they drop the gate right here and they go. And ooh. Whoa. What was that? Ooh. Don't know what happened there. It looked like Firestone Wilderness did get the win, but I don't know if the crew can fix the truck here as the entire body is off the truck. I don't know what happened there. There's a loud pop, maybe a head gasket, maybe a blown motor. That was very interesting right there. I don't know, but there's the semifinals right there. Who is going to advance into the next round? Alright guys, so here we go with the semifinals. So these trucks, this is going to be a very interesting round to say the least. No matter what, the losers will get 40 points, but it's all about that final, and it's really, you just want to get there. So first up, it looks like we are going to have an interesting matchup here. Now, Firestone's body did come off last round. They are working on the truck. It looks like they are going to get it fixed, but that was very interesting. As here we go with Jurassic Attack going up against Salvager. This should be a very competitive matchup. Both trucks look very fast. It looks like the better lane might be that right-hand lane, but who knows? Both these trucks aren't heavy, and I'm just realizing in the last round, 3 trucks that were pretty much the heaviest in 3 super did get eliminated. As you saw in this shot down there, it does look like Salvager was ahead, and it looks like he had a flawless run and puts Jurassic Attack in the trailer. So Salvager will be 1 truck in the finals. And now it looks like Firestone Wilderness is back on the track. It looks like the truck is ready to go. I don't know if it's running at 100%, but it is going to face the Son of a Digger Hunter, and we're going to see what happens here. Who will meet Salvager in the final, in the first race of Season 2? And it looks like Son of a Digger did have a little bit of a lead on Firestone. Let's go down to the camera, and it looks like it's going to be Son of a Digger. So it should be a really, really interesting final here we got. Can't wait to see it. Alright guys, here it is, the final race of race number 1 out of 10 for Season 2. As we look at the crush cars down here at the bottom, this is going to be a really interesting race. We have the Hunter Son of a Digger going up against the Salvager. 2 trucks that I honestly did not think will last until the final, but that's what it's all about. You never know who's going to win. So Salvager looks like it's been in the left lane all night. Son of a Digger has been in that right lane, and it actually almost flipped in that right lane earlier. But this should be an interesting race. Who's going to win? Who's going to get 45 points, and who's going to get 50 points towards that championship? Let's see. and it looks like it's going to be a very close race. That was very, very close. I could not tell on that camera, but let's look at the bottom camera here, and it looks like, ooh, that is way too tough to call. Salvager almost goes out of control, and the officials have a ruling, and who's going to win? Salvager with the win? Is that official? I don't know, man. That was a very close finish. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and look at that a couple times. But yes, they are confirming that Salvager is your winner for race number 1 out of 10 in Season 2. Very interesting call. That might be some controversy right there. That was a very, very close finish. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you all for who signed up. Here is the bracket. I will see you guys next week with race number 2 out of 10 for Season 2. It's been a thrill. That was a very close race. Could have some controversy right there. Very interesting. But with that, drop a like, subscribe. I will see you guys very shortly in another race video very soon. Well, next week.